right, good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing this morning? Give me 1 second, as it says my chat is disconnected. I cannot see the chat. There we go. Let's try something here. All right. Good morning, everybody, and welcome, Tony. That chat's going to disappear every time I click on the chart, so let me move it somewhere else. Put it back over here. All right, just give me one moment, guys. All right, so yesterday, or was it yesterday? Sunday. No, it was Sunday. I made a video with this thumbnail that you've seen on this video talking about is there a bear market incoming for Bitcoin? Because my inbox is absolutely destroyed with that question from hundreds of people. So we're going to go over basically what classifies a bear market in any asset. All right. Now, with this in mind, Bitcoin is different than most assets as it's brand new. I mean, 13, 15 years for an asset is fairly new, seeing how the S&P 500 and other indexes have been trading for hundreds of years. So, yeah, with that in mind, this definition is basically built for all markets, all right? And we're going to go over that. So this is what Investopedia has for any new traders out there. You can pretty much Google any question that you have regarding trading, and you're going to find the answer. That's simple. So according to Investopedia, what classifies a bear market? A bear market is when a market experiences prolonged price declines. It typically describes a condition in which securities prices fall 20% or more from the recent highs amid widespread pessimism and negative investor sentiment. I don't know about the pessimism part, but I do know that we are amongst negative investor sentiment. So much retail got destroyed on this move to the downside that what negative investor sentiment basically means is, are the people that got really badly hurt on this push lower, are they going to be quick to jump back in to buying this asset? So that's your negative investor sentiment. Bear markets are often associated with declines in an overall market or index like the S&P 500, but individual securities and or commodities can also be considered to be in a bear market if they experience a decline of 20% or more. And this is the important part. Over a period of time, typically 2 months or more. Bear markets also may accompany general economic downturns such as a recession. Bear markets may be contrasted with upward trending markets. So basically, most of the world, I guess you could say, is in a recession. If the government's printing money and propping all the markets up, that's pretty much a recession. I mean, we had the job numbers and everything fluctuates on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. So basically 20% for 2 months, right? A month and a half, 2 months. That's how you associate a bear market. So to get that number, you take your high down here, 20%. So basically, if you take this white line and put it about right there at 50K, that's a 20% decline off the recent highs. So as long as you're trading under $50,000 for a prolonged time, that means you are in a bear market, all right? Now, the bull case for Bitcoin, when is it no longer in a bear market? Well, obviously, if you get above 50K, you're no longer in a bear market. It's just that simple as far as that definition describes, all right? Now, in order to make a new high, you have to get all the way above 59,592. As when you took this all-time high, you had a steep decline in price, taking out this low. And then when you came back up here, tested resistance and failed, once you took out this low with this wick, you now have lower lows and lower highs. You are in the start of a downtrend. All right. That little section of price was indicative of a downtrend starting. Unfortunately, after we got that little bit right there, you can see how many people bailed as this thing just fell off a cliff. Fell off a cliff. So Bitcoin has taken out this steep descending trend line on a daily closing basis yesterday. If you go look at it on a smaller time frame, you can see just how important that level was. I guess if we put it over here, it doesn't really line up with the daily high, but whatever. You can see here, you broke above it and you've basically been testing support and you've basically found it so far. Now you still are trading sideways. This was a nice strong bullish break out above this area. So I am looking for a higher low to form. All right. Meaning when you had this push to the downside, then basically that was the move that took everybody out, right? Then we started to trade back down into it. On Ethereum, we did take out that low, but we didn't on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has found support. So you moved up on a 4-hour basis. You have taken out this swing high. Let's get rid of these drawings. This right here, this swing high, you took it out with a strong 4-hour close. You are testing it as support right now. All right. So even if this breaks down and comes all the way down to $33,300, this level right here, as long as it finds support there and then takes out this swing high, you have started an uptrend. Now, I do not know how far the uptrend will go. I am bullish on Bitcoin. I did buy more. All right. So we can say that, we can get that off the table. As far as me being bearish, I'm just telling you what the technical definition for the term bear market, that's what it is. So we got to stay below 50K for 2 months to be associated as a bear market. You get a break above 50K, that puts you back within that 20% discrepancy. You are no longer in a bear market. All right. And a full-on repair is 59K. You take out this swing high up here, you have full on repaired all of this damage. And then you can look for much, much higher prices, in my opinion, if that were to take place. But I have to put this little caveat in there, guys, as this was a nasty move. 50% of this asset's value was taken off with a axe. All right. It was chopped off its complete price, 50%. So basically what you need to look for and which prices you do not want to be taking longs into these areas, because you may see some aggressive selling taking place. That is from the very top, the all-time high, down to this capitulation low, your fib retracement tool. Make sure you take it to the downside. That way your retracements line up the right way. So at the 382, you can see on the dead cat bounce that we got from that capitulation, almost tested that 382. And that's when you got more selling. So people already started to exit their positions from this capitulation low when we pushed up into the 382. They front ran it so bad that you didn't even get a valid test of it, right? And then boom, took out that daily low, continuation. You did get a new bearish close lower on a daily closing basis, and you still have not taken out your first daily resistance. I mean, this is daily support. Apologies. I get the words mixed up, but I'm hoping at this point in time you guys understand what I'm talking about. So this level down here is your new daily support. This level up here at $46.23, $40,623 is your daily resistance. You need a daily close above that in order to start making a repair on this asset. However, there is going to be a ton of overhead resistance at the 382. That price level, just in case you cannot see it, is $43,331. The 50% retracement of this extension to the downside is $47,449. And finally, the 618, $51,567. All right. That 618 is also setting at bear market territory. So a daily close above that 618, as long as you do not reverse immediately back down. And this isn't going to happen anytime tomorrow, guys. This isn't going to be tomorrow. This probably isn't going to be this week. This was a massive extension to the downside. There will be some consolidation. At best, range-bound activity for weeks probably at these lower prices because of the overhead supply. So if you are afraid and you're looking for exits, 43, 47, 51K. Those are prices where you may want to think about taking your exit. I am not going to exit up here unless we get a absolute complete rejection. Then I might shed some. I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do yet, as I firmly believe Bitcoin is going to be worth so much more in the future. I'm almost probably just going to hang on to it because I trade Forex very, very well. And I have been trading other crypto assets like Doge and stuff. So I don't necessarily need to exit my position on Bitcoin, as that money, I don't need it. It's, you know what I'm saying? I can let it build up. So I don't know if I will exit. So we'll just have to see when it gets there, right? Those are the three areas that you're going to see increased selling, probably. I'm not saying that will happen for a fact, but probably. As long as you're under 51K for a prolonged period of time, people are going to be looking at it as the bear market. Have you started a bear market? I would say a 50% decline on any asset is a good start. Okay? It's probably a good start. And I didn't want to answer the question because I know so many people are just going to hear 5 seconds of what I just said and take to the streets of the interwebs and start saying that the bear market is here. Heath has called the bear market. And that's not what I've done at all. All right, I'm just giving you the technical definition as to what constitutes a bear market. So there we have it. So those three price points on the fib retracement tool, do not be taking long positions ahead of that unless your downside risk is absolute, right? That has to be defined, that risk. It has to be. So that's what I'm looking for. Obviously, a daily close above the 618 will be a fantastic breath of fresh air for everybody who is Bitcoin bull, which I am Bitcoin bull. Welcome, Tony Wan, to the Prop Firm membership. So there you go. That's what we got in store for Bitcoin. On the smaller term time frame, you have breaking out above this descending trend line. Let's put it back on the chart. So you are trying to make some sort of a smaller term repair. All right, so here it is. This is your 4-hour support that is being tested right now. 38,190. It's just a 4-hour support because on the daily you haven't done much of anything. All right, so we're looking for a higher low support to be formed somewhere. Can it be formed here? Absolutely. Absolutely it can. All right. You can take off from here. Next area of resistance, 4-hour, is going to be, let's use the top highest closing bullish candle, 41,549. That's your next area of resistance. So if you are taking scalp trades to the upside on Bitcoin, that would be your first area to take profits. All right, first profit taking area. The RSI on the daily has came out of not bear market, but out of the oversold zone. All right, so this basically is set up for downward continuation. Set up, the 50% or the 50 area is way up here. So you can clearly see that the momentum is to the downside. As long as you close daily candles below 41,000 bucks, your EMAs are going to catch up. All right, your 21 EMA is going to catch up to price, and bots and algos will start firing up those sell orders when that happens, as this is your first test of the 21 Well, no, actually up here, nope, you did not test it. So once you broke down, you did not test it. And there are levels of resistance up there as well, but not on the daily. There are on the 4-hour, 8-hour charts. So this is looking okay, but it's still very, very much extended to the downside. I do want to see higher highs and higher lows starting to take place on this asset. And until that happens, there really isn't anything to do because I hold a long hodl position. Now I can short it on KuCoin futures if I so choose. Right now my account is tied up in the Doge short. All right, I still have 50% of the original position tied up on Doge. So let's go look at Doge. So Doge did the same thing, broke back above this trend line. It's not there, but I'll put it there. There you go, right there. So you can see that you did get a nice strong 8-hour close above, and you have had continuation. So right now, Doge looks like it's trying to do some repairs. There is resistance overhead. You got resistance over here, and then obviously this resistance. I do have my trailing stop set at 47 cents, but it's just for the half of the position size. I have already taken 100% profits once I escaped or got rid of when I took half of the position off at a 200% gain. So that was about 100% profits, and it's starting to decline now as it's starting to repair itself, moving back to the upside. So basically the money that is on the table is unrealized P&L, and as long as you trade the way I do, you are always going to be risking that. All right, so the trade is already successful no matter what this thing does. If it decides to get a repair down here and take me out and start making higher highs and higher lows, I will be looking back to the long side on these assets, or at least this one, right? So that's pretty much all I got on Bitcoin. ETH is, man, not good, right? Here was that capitulation low, but you can see how you took that out and immediately slam back to the upside. This is fantastic looking price action, as it means someone huge took off their selling positions or someone bought. This was a big spring out of this area. You came right into resistance, tested it, and you're looking for support. All right, that area can be here or here. I don't know exactly where it will find support. As we're price action traders, we must let price show us where support is. All right, we can outline these areas on the chart, but ultimately it'll be up to price to decide whether or not it likes support there or not. All right, and we're going to look at a couple Forex pairs for the New York Open. Let's go back to the daily and let me run through these real quick. Aussie CAD looks good to me for a short. It is extended, you can see, but it is not oversold. All right. The momentum oscillator was basically trading sideways, or not trading sideways, but moving sideways, whereas price has been making lower lows. The reason I like it for a near-term short setup is this wick right here. You can see when we traded down into it, we did not trip it up. All right, and this is a breakdown candle. So as long as we're not closing a daily above this candle's high, then the breakdown is still in effect. If you get a daily closure back above 93,742, you are no longer looking for this breakout to continue, as it is looking for higher resistance. All right, but as long as it keeps closing candles beneath this area, I am going to be looking to take a short on it, and I will be targeting 92,996. This is Oanda's data feed, if you were wondering. As if you're using a different data feed than me, these price points might not be exact. Just use the candles, this bearish candle's closing price for your resistance. This one is from a 4-hour, if I'm not mistaken, or an 8-hour. It's a 4-hour. So you can see right here, this is a 4-hour resistance that it is currently being tested. All right. So basically, I'm not looking to get short just yet because this 4-hour candle is a very big extension candle. It's actually an outside reversal candle, meaning this candle traded all the way down, took out the low of the previous bullish candle, and then boom, big strong close to the upside. You have bullish momentum. You do not try to short when that is happening. What you can do is watch this asset this morning around the New York Open. If you get an explosion of price to the downside, that would be good. That would say, yes, it is treating this level as resistance, and we can now look for possible pullback entries to get short. All right, I am short. Even though this looks bullish, I have a short term or a near term short bias on it, simply because why didn't price get down there? Why didn't it? All right, well, it's setting it up. I think it's setting it up. It's going to boom and then maybe make a move to the upside. You also have a longer term target right down here, and it's a beautiful one as it takes out all of this over here. So this thing, this swing low is a pivotal swing low on Aussie CAD, right? So before you would see any bullishness probably on this asset, I would assume they would want to reach to that first, but we shall see. How do I know if I'm wrong? Well, like I said, you get a daily closure back above that breakdown area, then you are no longer looking for short side setups until you get into resistance. That's pretty much the only one. Aussie yen, we've been trying to look at this thing for a short, but since it was supposed to be sell in May and go away, but as you can see, the S&P 500 has basically rebounded. So doesn't look like we're going to see choppy sideways to down price action. It looks like the Fed said, hey, I think I want some more spies, because this thing it closed at daily resistance yesterday right there, but you can see you are trading above it today. So just be careful if you're taking longs into this area, as this can absolutely be a fake out move, guys. It's probably unlikely, as you got a nice big bullish 4-hour close, and you can see how that level held price on the 4-hour chart. See how it been trading up into it and getting rejected. But when you see it doing this, yeah, that's a bullish breakout pattern, right? So I don't think this is a fake out. However, you don't want to be looking for longs here. You would want to see a pullback down into that area, making sure that area holds a support. Then you would look to get long, targeting 42.30. So since the S&P 500 is going up again, that means you got to be careful on looking for short side sets on the Aussie yen, as the Aussie yen does closely resemble the S&P 500. It's not an exact perfect match, but typically speaking, if the S&P 500 is having a sell-off day, generally this will too. Not always though, but not always. So you can see we have not made a daily closure below support. This is our near-term bearish targets. However, with this daily right here, I don't like this. This was a trade down into it. It could set it up though, right? It could set it up still. So here is your last area. We will be seeing if price trades back up into there and fails. You get a daily closure above that. I'm no longer looking for this target. I will switch up my bias and start looking for bullish targets on these upper wicks up here. But for now, I still kind of like it to the downside. I'm probably going to focus more on Aussie CAD than Aussie yen. Let me go over here. There's also something I want to show you on CAD Swissy right here. So CAD Swissy was testing a breakout or a breakdown, right? There is your support, and it is unable to do so. So if this thing fails here today, you can start looking for bullish setups. All right, you can start looking for bullish setups. First target, well, the first area of resistance would be right above near-term price. But if this thing closes bullish on the day, then it's going to be trading above that near-term resistance. So the next one would just be this wick high. Not that wouldn't be your resistance. Your resistance would be the bullish candle, but that wick high would be your target, right? If you do get a long setup looking at CAD Swissy, it is having trouble getting down. I'm also watching to see if you get to break down, because if we get a breakdown, I'm going to be looking to enter short on a pullback, looking to target 0.73756, next area of support. All right, and CAD Yen just trading sideways for weeks. All right, see these downside wicks? That's not buying pressure. Even if this thing breaks out to the upside, do not look at that as buying pressure. Do not get so overly bullish on this because of this. I don't remember what this line is, so let's get rid of it. It's an old target. I can almost guarantee it. So here is resistance. You're going to be trading right into resistance. This can be a setup for short side targets, right? If you fail at resistance, also here, just because you're trading above it today means nothing. It can just be simply trading up to smoke as many stops as it can before it heads lower. It is structured bullish. It has bullish momentum. You are starting to get bearish divergence. Well, no, you're not, because you're not making higher highs on price. So, yeah, I'm not short on it. I'm just watching it. Because it's been stalling out here for a while. If we get a breakout to the upside, I might be looking for longs. Get a breakout, I'm looking for shorts. This area down here is what I'm looking for. All right. When I see stuff like this, I get highly suspect without any momentum coming out of the next candle. But you can get that momentum today during the New York Open, no doubt about it. All right, it's just trading sideways. So, yeah, it's a suspect chart. That's why I put it on watch. And then back over here, let's go look at my favorite ones, pound, dollar. So looking for long setups on the pound. This is our target, 1.42426. Right here is a good area of resistance to watch for, or support for this area here. So yes, we're trading beneath it. All right, you can watch this below it as well. Actually, I would probably want to use that one instead, as that is your area of support, and you're already trading down beneath where the bullishness should have come back. This toss, or this wick down through, taking out this wick and this wick and this wick, all right, was kind of good looking, but now you're trading back into it. So it's basically choppy. I do love that big bullish candle, but I hate it when it gets taken back out. And the euro is trading on highs. There you go. Euro broke out. Boom. There it is. There's nothing to do on the euro. The trade on the euro was down here, but not here. It would have been somewhere in this area or this area instead. I don't take trades right into resistance. So this would have actually been a beautiful setup, right? There's your old resistance. You broke out, retested, and then explosion. To the upside, this took place an hour before the London Open. All right. So has the London session put in the low of day on the euro? It's possible. It's absolutely possible. But you don't want to buy it up here. You're too close to the highs. You won't have any pippage to gain. So you're 10 pips off the highs. If you come down here and hold there for support, then you got a little bit better of a setup, right? But it has to hold support. That's still just 20 pips. So probably going to be walking on the euro today. I'm going to keep my eyes on the pound, as there is a ton of pips to gain on this thing. To the target is 66 pips. And I am bullish on it. All right. So I am watching this closely. Very, very closely. So keep an eyes on that, guys. I don't know if you're going to find any decent 5-minute sets. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Beautiful. So don't take it right just yet. See this? Just give it a second. See what happens. This is beautiful. This may be your entry right here. Stop there. It's really early in the morning, so be careful. Make sure you're not risking more than 1 or 0.5% on this setup. I do like it. I am going to take it myself. I'm already long on one account, so I'm going to look to enter this on the other account. So let me see what's going on with you guys real quick. Sorry I've been rambling this morning, huh? What's up, everybody? Good morning. Good morning, Heath and others, says Dan J. Welcome, Tony Wan, to retail. Welcome, Tony Wan, to Prop Firm. Let me see. Everybody's cheerful this morning. Good morning, good morning, good mornings. Feeling the love. Gonna have to allocate more money to trade some FX, says Chuck. It's my bread and butter, my friend. I love it. Heath, considering that BTC might move in a range, how can we go about farming coins by selling high and rebuying low, if that makes sense, as Bitcoin moves in this range for the next few weeks? Well, I mean, that's going to be something. Oh, that's the wrong thing. That's going to be something that you have to make the decision on by yourself, obviously, right? As far as I'm concerned, Bitcoin is trading at cheap prices, right? So if the 4-year model isn't broken yet, I don't think the 4-year model is broken either. I don't know. I'm more of a near-term price action trader myself, so I never really put much faith in those models. But Jordan has basically woke me up to the fact that they have been working out pretty good. So basically, if the 4-year model is still intact, this will be like your bear market low for next cycle, like when the bullish phase is done in this market cycle. Your bear market low will be above where your previous all-time high was. So basically, the way I'm looking at it is if you take out that old all-time high back to the downside, that model is broken, because it has never done it before, not in the later market cycles of Bitcoin's history. So like the last 3 market phases, or the 3 last market cycles, never did retest the old all-time high once it did get that bull break after the halving. So this could just be a shakeout move, guys. It absolutely can be. It's a massive, massive move to the downside. But if your old all-time high is 20K and your bear market low for this market cycle is going to be above that, then anything above 20K is still cheap, in my opinion. I don't know if it ever will go back down there, and I'm not saying that it can't. You know what I mean? Bitcoin can go back to 5K. I don't have no control over what Bitcoin does. So you just have to ask yourself, is this cheap enough? Do you want to put some more on? As far as farming coins, I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about. I don't know if you're just using the word farming for buying coins, or if you're actually doing something else. So I picked up more Bitcoin. I think it's cheap. I think you're going to get a bounce up to 47,500 at the very least, myself, to be honest with you. At least up to there. So what happens when we get up there, I have no clue. If this thing just keeps on making lower lows and lower highs, then it's going to go lower. You know what I mean? It's just the way it is. You have to follow price. Right now, though, as disgusting as it looks, it is cheap Bitcoin, and you did take out some nice swing lows. So there is enough liquidity generated for bigger participants in this market to pick up some buy orders. You know what I'm saying? Throw some buy orders in on the market, and they got filled. So it's hard to say, man. It's really hard to say. Good morning, everybody, says George. XU100. XU100. Let's see what this is. I don't know what this is, my friend. I don't know what the BISP index is. So this was a big pullback. You're trying to repair it, right? Gaps don't really matter, but there is one above current price. So the way this is forming up on support down here, it looks to me like it's trying to make a run up. So basically, here's your daily resistance level. Well, if I can get it. Right there's your daily resistance at 1460. And daily support is down here. That's a doji. I don't like dojis, but it is still the lowest daily close, so I have to use it. as that's what my rules tell me to do. Test, test. So where do you gap? Do you gap down or do you gap up next time? I would be looking more towards a gap up. As you can see, this is a bull flag formation, and you did take out this swing high, so you have made a higher high. And I love the fact that these last few days have been unable to trade back down to this area for support. But you can still, even if you lose this area here, you can come all the way back down to 1421, spot 15, and possibly find support there if you're looking for bullish entries. All right. This looks like we'll see. We'll see. I mean, the near term is down. The near term trend is down. This right here. Because if you put your fib level on that, I'd say you're probably nowhere near the 6. Oh, you're right at the 618. So there you are. Daily closure above 1462, spot 21, in my opinion, is a good sign. It's a lot better than not closing above it. Could you look at silver, please? Absolutely. Let's go look at it. It's breaking out with gold. Yeah. Nice, beautiful. I mean, you can't get no better than that, guys. You can't get no better than that. That is simply just fantastic. Right there was your support. Boom. So, I mean, it's just, I don't want to, you're not buying it right now. All right. You got daily resistance above you right there. You got, what'd you do to here? So you did get a daily closure above this resistance, 2 of them, and then you fell right back into the range. Is this the time to buy? Well, you know what? It's better than buying it up here. So just keep an eye on it. As long as you're not taking out that support, if you're looking for it to get in it today, then the lowest I would look for is a 4-hour. If you close a 4-hour below 27.56, then I would no longer be looking to buy it. This was a big bearish candle, but this thing is in a uptrend and has been since Bitcoin rolled over almost. You know what I mean? Like, here you go. You can throw a trend line on it if you want. Not there, obviously. There you go. So it is in an ascending trend line. It can break. I don't care about the trend line. You can trade all the way down to here and still be a good spot to look for buying opportunities. All right, all the way down to there. But right now you're trading at support, and it's seeing if it wants to hold it. If it does, you can look for an expansion to the upside at 29.02. That's your next area of resistance. But this has been beautiful trading. Trends tend to continue. Hello, Tayway. T-Way, I'm not exactly sure how to say your name, and I apologize. You are a lovely trader, sir. I want to learn from you. Please make some video on trading. I have a few videos on my channel, bro. Absolutely. Just check them out. Wow, the quality of the stream is amazing today. Yeah, man. They throttle me, right? They're throttling me. They have to be. In the daytime, I can get like 2 megabytes download per speed. That's the speeds that I'm dealing with. 2 to 5 download, 1 to 5 upload during the day. Before I started the stream this morning, I had 25 megabytes of download and 15 of upload. So I don't know what's going on with that. Don't know. Can you look at HBAR? Yeah, I'll take a look at it. HBAR. Did I do that wrong? HBAR. Oh, HBAR is a cryptocurrency. Doom. Forgot. So I'm assuming. Let's look at it versus Tether, because I hate looking at charts that are associated with TradingView. Yeah, I mean, let's see. So you didn't. All the way over here is your all-time high because you'd never made a new one in this consolidation, and you took out your range to the downside with a daily closing candle. So the near-term trend is to the downside, and the bulls have to prove it otherwise. So as long as you're closing daily candles below 29200, you're looking for bearish setups. You're looking for bearish setups. It is in a range, though. right? 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4, 5, 6 days, all trading inside of this daily range. So you are range bound. So you need a daily closure below 21,470 or a daily closure above 29,200. Those two areas would be telling you basically, yep, we've broken out of the range. Let's look for setups in this direction. Right now there's nothing to do, but the near term is more bearish than bullish. Let's see where your moving averages are. You have lost your 20 and 50. Your 20 has crossed. You did get multiple daily closes below your 120. All right, 200 is just below it. So technically you can still look for bullish entries, but if you lose that, it's no longer bullish. You are in a downtrend once you lose that. So this is a pivotal area, very pivotal area to look at. But those are the two levels. Those are the only two levels that matter. Okay, I read that. CC Ola. CC Ola. Is this Coca-Cola? But where? I don't know. Don't know. It's bullish. It just had a breakout, so I don't know if that was earnings or just price action. Because you maintained support down here. Oh, come on, TradingView. Let's get it. Get your butt over there. So you held support, right? Once you took out resistance to the upside, boom. You were looking for bullish entries. Right now, there's nothing to do. You failed. Well, you didn't fail, but you did get a couple daily closures above that. This is what looks to be trying to hold support. 8160. Will it? I don't know. But the next area that I would look for possible bullish entries would be 76 by 80 down here. So we get you underneath that wick low. And then maybe look for continuation there. You can get continuation here. All right. I'm just saying that to me would look like a more favorable risk to reward, because I could put my risk up underneath that candle's wick right there, and targeting this candle's wick would put me at well over a 2-to-1 risk to reward on that setup. And that's all you're doing as a trader. You're looking for favorable risk to rewards. You're not looking to get rich, right? You're looking for places on the chart that try to put you in the direction of the trend and a favorable risk to reward. That's all. AMC. Yeah, I checked out AMC last week when it was breaking out. I don't know if you've seen that stream or not. But when we broke out above here, I had a support level right here, and basically it fell all the way back down to it. It looks like it's being rebounded. That's a nice, strong, bullish candle. Pre-market, you're trading at 1388, which is higher than yesterday's close. So fantastic. I mean, here is your support now. This is all garbage. Looks like this trend line is holding for now, right? Because this is a big, strong candle. It looks good. As long as it maintains this type of action, you know what I mean? You can see 19, 20 bucks in a few weeks probably. It looks fantastic. This is a very, very big resistance to get above, right? We were gapping all the way up to 14 or something dollars, and I basically told everybody on the stream to do not buy that when you get your market open. And boom, there's why, right? This is a big area of resistance. You don't even see it on the chart because the market opened at 14.28. So it basically sold off before the market opened. But this is a few days of consolidation. Looks good. I wouldn't buy it now into that. Let the breakout occur and then look for that higher low support over here. So big bullish candle, a couple days of consolidation, a push lower. That's where you're looking for a higher low support. Put your entry, boom. Looking for the continuation to the upside, right? It looks fantastic. Looks good. Are you watching AMC? Nah, I'm not anymore. I was watching it that day, and that's it. If you get time, would you have some insight on Euro Yen? Hit some old critical highs, retrace incoming days before continuation, or start bearish trend? Thanks, bro. Yeah, let's go look at it right now, my friend. Euro JPY. Oh, and man, this thing is on fire. Old critical highs. Where are those old critical highs? Got you. Yes, it did. Shut up, Clyde. Mommy will wake up in a minute. Oh, come on, buddy. Come on. My kitten is hungry. Yeah, you took out this swing high here. You're taking out that one now. It's beautiful. Fantastic. Obviously, that would have been targets. So this is a monthly level here. This white fat line. So you clearly got your break above that. This is the target. Once this target gets hit, absolutely expect a pullback. Would I be shorting into that? No, because that's not how I trade. Because once you get the breakout, if there's a ton of bullish momentum carrying it up there, like a true like a buying position, a real buying position, you're going to go all the way up to 134.993 today. Oh no, this is a weekly. Sorry, not today, but that's your next area of resistance. So don't look too short this, right? But I would expect a pullback incoming. But that pullback would just be down to here. Possibly. This is extremely bullish. Has a lot of momentum to the upside, man. The pullbacks are very small. Once you took out all this stuff right here, it's just been flying. Absolutely flying. Nothing on this chart is indicating bearishness. You're testing into your overbought area. You do have, as of right now, bearish divergence. This price has only been making higher highs in this stretch, but that high right there keeps it as such. So yeah, you could be seeing a pullback incoming on it. Absolutely. Spike spoke too soon. Quality dropped. Bitcoin taking a little dump this morning. Yeah. Good evening, Mikey Milky Way. US 30. Yeah, I probably won't get to all of them, guys, as I'm following behind. Basically, the way I do it is I go from the front or the top to the bottom. I charted this a long time ago. It's just, it looks exactly like the S&P 500. It's doing the same thing. However, its resistance is a little lower. Here is what it's fighting against. And then this area here as well. But you can see you closed last night just above it. So I generally don't like those kind of closes when it's just right above it. So you do have a little push coming today, but the New York session opens, you will get a ton of volume. And I'm still assuming it's probably going to head lower. I don't know. I don't know why. I just feel like the S&P 500 is going to roll over. Not become bearish, just be choppy and sideways to slightly down, as it's already hit its 12% gain on the year. But that's the only thing. That's the only reason why. So that absolutely can keep going higher. You did trade above and closed above resistance. It's heading higher. When would I be interested in looking to get long on this thing? Well, a big nasty 4-hour drop back down below it with some quickness, like as soon as the New York opens, if you just get massive big red candles on the 5-minute to the downside, I would be looking for pullback entries to get short, and I would be targeting next area of support down here. But that would have to happen first. As long as this candle's not taking out this candle's low, then you're basically bullish. There's nothing on this chart that indicates weakness. Absolutely nothing. You did just take out liquidity here. Came into 4-hour resistance here. So it's just a normal pullback. Dollar index. You want the US dollar or DXY? Let's go to DXY, as that is the more popular one. So I had this daily trend line down here coming off of these lows for somebody. That trend line has been vanquished. So we can get rid of that. You took out this right here, or you're taking it out right now. Next area is down here. Boom, boom. So those are my areas. Will this daily close below 89.68 or does it close above 89.68? Right? Because a wick through and then a big strong close above would indicate that they're buying into these stops. But we will have to see. The trend is to the downside. It takes a lot of volume to turn a trend around. It is extended to the downside, but as long as it's doing this, man, you got to look for short side setups, which is why I'm long on the euro and the pound. I am new to your channel. Do you day trading or swing trading, and which is more profitable? I do both. I try to turn my day trades into swing trades. So I'm more of a shorter term scalper by trade, but I do try to turn those into swing trades. US 30. I looked at US 30 already, Mac Aub. I'm getting ready to have to shut her down, so I'm trying to get through some of these. Good morning. Could you take a look at AU and UJ? Yeah. I'll take a look at AU and UJ. There's AU. So AU's disgusting. It's trading sideways and has been for a long time. I can't do anything with this. Right? Inside day after inside day. No trending candles, just straight up sideways choppy nonsense. Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult to get a beat on it. You're trading inside of this weekly bullish expansion. And then on this one, you took out the high, but you didn't take out the low. So this is what it's a push and pull with the bulls and bears right now, essentially. The bulls want it to go higher. The bears want it to go lower. Whoever is the most aggressive will dictate this thing's direction for the foreseeable future. Yeah, there's nothing to do on it. I can't find anything for you on that. But this one, I can. See, here we go. Support, 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 support. So you've had multiple tests. I do want to see this high taken out. If we get this high taken out today, which is probable, you will have an outside bullish reversal candle on the daily, aka bullish engulfing, right? Which is fantastic because this asset is structured to the upside. This was a steep decline, balance, that's bullish. We traded back down all the way and took out that bullish move though, so I wasn't liking it. But I said, as long as you're holding support, you got to look for bullish setups. You don't want to be looking for bearish setups on this. It looks like it's getting ready to take out that high. So if you go into your intraday charts, you'll see what I'm talking about. Here's your daily high. Yesterday's high. This is yesterday's high. Yeah, this is yesterday's high. So it needs to get up there. That's the target. This is the thing with USD JPY. You can get stuff like this, right? So just because you go up, it can come straight back down. But I am more bullish on it than bearish, just because of the way the chart looks. And the US interest rates are at 1.5-ish, 1.75-ish. So 1.62. So you do have that 1.62 interest rate. The Japanese yen interest rate is below 0. So it is also sexy for the carry trade. So yeah, looking for bullish setups on it. IOT USD. Yeah, it's heading lower. This was a nice, you did take out this day's high, but you're testing it now. So you got to hold here for support. You have to. If you come all the way down here, then I don't like this. It's just heading lower. Be careful buying cryptos right now. How much did you lose on this asset? Well, you lost 78%. So I mean, technically it's cheaper than it was when it was trading at all-time highs. So if you were a buyer at all-time highs, you're probably a buyer now. 61% off the highs. There's no good technical setup on it. I mean, the momentum is to the bearish side right now. Until you start taking out swing highs and making higher highs and higher lows on a smaller time frame, your momentum is bearish. Smashed the like. Thank you, Cassidy. I lost. Something happened here. All right, guys, I gotta start wrapping it up. High Heath GB pound dollar. I got stopped on that big wick down on the London Open 430 on your chart. I had my stop below the previous low 130-ish on your chart. Was that a mistake or was I just unlucky? Yeah, sometimes they just don't work, my friend. Sometimes trades just don't work. Doesn't matter how beautiful the setup is, it still can just not work. So let me go on the 15-minute as it might be easier for me to find that. But I do have to wrap this stream up. See, you've lost that 5-minute area already. So the momentum is to the downside. You did get this wick stopped out. This is your stop out wick, right? So you're saying you took this entry, or your stop was here, 145, and this took you out. So you also see what you also did though, Will. You bought at the top of the range. I mean, it's okay to do, because technically you had support under you, and I see what you were doing. Yeah, sometimes they just don't work. This is also why I try to stay towards taking my entries more towards the New York Open, as the New York Open is the last open of the day. So basically the high or low will probably be in, and then, you can take it from there. So yeah, I like it bullish. But other people like it bearish. Other people see this as a bearish formation and they're looking to get short. And right now it looks like they were right now. However, you can take this low to this high and see if you hold there. So, because that's your daily low. I think, let's see. That's yesterday's low. So that's yesterday's low. So I wouldn't use that. I would use the daily low. I would want today's low, which is where? Yeah, you've already taken out the day, so you're almost going to be turning red on the day. Red on the day, and it's okay, but I don't know. This is something that I would have wanted to see hold, and it isn't. So the momentum is to the downside, just near term. If it comes down here and holds, I'll be looking for bullish entries still. I still like it to the upside just because how the chart is set up, right? There's a nice, beautiful bullish target right up there. So that's what I'm looking at. All right, guys. As always, I got to say thank you so much to my channel members and Patreons. You guys are absolutely fantastic individuals. So just make sure you keep your stops tight. Make sure you're not trading more than 1%. 0.5% if you're a newbie. You got to make sure your risk is mitigated. That is the most important aspect of this game. If you do not control your risk, you will not make money trying to do this. So make sure you trade safe, trade smart, and happy trading.